It is crazy how quickly time flies. About 4 years ago, we did this exact same intro, but we had a squeaky door at the time. We had a different V12 in the garage as well, and we had about 65 million views less on the channel. So what we did at that time was a lifetime ad revenue review video of how much my channel had generated during the time that I've had it. So the other day, I was going through my analytics, and I noticed that we had just passed the 200 million view mark. So in today's video, we're going to do an update video of the lifetime earnings of the AutoVlog YouTube channel. But before we get started here, I have a minor little confession to make, and that is that we've been riding dirty in the S65 during the time that I've had it. This plate is actually not registered to this car, and we've had it on there now for like 2 months. You know, I figure you buy a rare car like this, and Mercedes don't make them like this anymore. They don't make V12 AMGs. They don't make an S65. They make an S5 or 680 Maybach. So yeah, when you have a V12 AMG, it goes without saying you need a plate that states that you got a V12 AMG. And yeah, I'm sure you guys could tell V12 AMG was obviously taken. Some other guy in Pennsylvania somewhere that has a V12 AMG has an actual V12 AMG plate with a V, a 1, and a 2. So I have a V, an I, and a 2. But you get the point. Now I'm going to put the AutoVlog plate back up on the wall here. One of my dreams is to get a C63 Black Series and have as a forever car. A car that I will never like sell or trade in or anything like that. And obviously the OG C63 plate will go back on that car. Until then, it's going to be sitting here on the wall. Eventually, we'll probably have another 10-cylinder as well. All right, but enough about plates and cars and that kind of thing. In today's video, we are, again, as you guys know already, talking about money, and we're talking about ad revenue. So I'm going to look at what my channel has generated in ad revenue throughout the entirety of its lifespan, which means we're not including like sponsored videos. I also re-upload all my videos on Facebook. We're not talking about that income stream. It's only YouTube ad revenue. Now, with that being said though, we're going to jump up in my office and just hop on right into the analytics and show you guys the good stuff. Now, I want to mention real quick here that we have a big sale going on for hats on AutoVlog.com. So this camo hat used to be 45 bucks. Really good quality. Stitched logo. Kind of protrudes a little bit. It's like 3D. Used to be 45 bucks. It's now 30 bucks. This is a Travis Matthew hat. This used to be 50 bucks. This is also 30 bucks now. This is the biggest seller that we've ever had when it comes to hats. This is the Delta Flex Fit Performance hat. I think we only have one of these left in size medium. And then also another big seller, the AutoVlog sunglasses. These used to be 60 bucks. They're now 40 bucks. Hurry up to AutoVlog.com and get one of these hats or sunglasses while we still have them in stock at a reduced price. So 30 bucks for all the hats, 40 bucks for the sunglasses. All right, so let's go in here. I'm actually not trying to make this video long at all. We're gonna go up to the office here, check out one of the kitties, Kiki. She's napping in the massage chair here. We actually got a little hot tub, obviously not really used in the summertime. We got an infrared sauna. We have water. We got Lambo, typical chow. Hey buddy. A lot of fur, always sleeping by the air conditioning vent. I know, you're so hot, huh buddy? And then we got Gucci. She's the queen. Hi, oh, you're so pretty. Oh. And then we got my little office, excuse the mess here. All right, so here we are. Luckily the camera's facing this way, so you don't see all the mess in my desk here and all my personal shit. So as you guys can see, this is like my home page of my channel. We're gonna jump up here and then we're gonna go to YouTube Studio, and the first thing that we're gonna do is, because we did this in the last video, so I figured it would be kind of interesting to do an update on this one specific video as well, and this is the one that has generated the most ad revenue for me ever. It has over 9 million views, but it's not the video that has the most amount of views on my channel. It has about half the views of my most viewed video, but it by far supersedes any other video when it comes to ad revenue. So we're gonna look that up here. What happens if you break, what the hell, I can't spell it, break, there it is, September 13th, 2018, I uploaded this video. And let me see, we're going to go straight to the analytics. So, yeah, it's not really getting views anymore. So for the last 28 days, it's generated $23 in ad revenue. But during the lifetime of this video, $89,000 for one video. For me, on my channel, this is like I said, it's unlike any other video I've ever made when it comes to ad revenue. Yeah, it's approaching 10 million, $89,000. I think in the previous video it was up to like 52,000 or something like that. So even though 4 more years has passed, it has generated almost 40-some thousand since then. So yeah, the video's done good. It has its little like peaks here and there, as you guys can see. Last year it did have a little peak one day there. It had 22,000 views on August 28th. But this is the nice thing with YouTube. Sometimes you have a video like this, and it's almost like an evergreen video where it keeps getting views during a long period of time, and it keeps generating ad revenue. So a lot of people think that, you know, once you upload a video, it's like it only makes ad revenue for a short period of time, and then it just completely dies off. Which is somewhat kind of true sometimes, where a video can completely die off in terms of views, and then obviously not make any ad revenue. But most of the videos, they do generate something. It kind of like trickles along. So with that being said though, I know what you guys want to see is the lifetime earnings of the whole channel. And just to compare, in the last video that we did almost 4 years ago, where the channel had 134 million views at the time, it had, if I remember correctly, generated $434,000 with 134 million views. We now have right over 200 million views. I think it's like 202 million or something like that. So that is about 66 million more views than we had 4 years ago. The ad revenue has actually slightly more than doubled from 65 million views versus what it got from 134 million views to begin with. So that is an interesting thing to note. The second half of the channel, if we can call it that, from these 2 videos, the channel has generated just as much as it did for way more views, the first half. So 2016 was the first full year where, you know, I was monetized, and that year the channel generated $22,000 in ad revenue. 2017, we went viral a couple times. That's where, you know, eventually I went full-time with YouTube. That's where we got the first AMG, and that's the first year where we made 6 figures in ad revenue. And since then, it's always been 6 figures every year. But you guys can see here, it started in 2014. That doesn't mean that the channel was, you know, monetized since 2014. It was monetized since basically 2016, the beginning of 2016. So $870,668.88 is what my channel has generated in ad revenue on YouTube alone since we got monetized. So, you know, I mean, I think a lot of people that see something like this is like, wow, you know what I mean? What a dream job. And granted, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of stress as well to you know, constantly come up with good content for you guys that, you know, I think you guys would find interesting. In my opinion, it gets harder and harder the bigger you get, because your audience kind of expects more. You're out of that like little, you know, newbie honeymoon phase where, oh, you just get away with uploading anything. And again, I mean, this 870,000 is split over, what is it, 6 years? So yeah, I mean, is it a good income? I mean, I would say so. Is it really good in terms of other bigger YouTubers? No, not really. There's YouTubers that make this every year. There's YouTubers that make that every month. So, you know, everything is kind of relative. Depends on who you compare yourself to, I guess. I feel blessed that, you know, I'm able to do this full time. Even though my uploading like frequency and schedule has decreased in the past 2 years, I would have to say. So my views have been a little less lately, and Basically, the monthly income has been less too, but that's because I haven't been uploading as often. Like I said, I want to make the most interesting videos that I can, and it costs a lot of money to run a channel like this. You might see like, you know, somewhat, you know, good income, but I mean, the majority of every penny that this channel generates, or this business I should say generates, goes right back into the channel. There's no, like, you know, as you guys can tell, we live in a very modest house. There's no like super flashy lifestyle going on here, you know what I mean? Now granted, I'm blessed to be able to, you know, own the cars that I want to own and make content, and that's how I make money. I mean, that's just, I'm rich in that way, for sure. But it's not like I'm like rolling in dough here, because this is, again, it's business income. It's not taxed money. You know, I have to still, you know, pay taxes and all this stuff. And yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You know, some people see a number and they're like, oh wow. But yeah, I'm no millionaire around here, but I am extremely grateful for what I'm, you know, able to do with the channel. You know, I like being transparent. I've said that many times in all these financial videos where we talk about numbers and money and so on. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. A little update from the initial video that we made in 2019. Let me know what you thought the number was going to be. Did you think it was going to be higher or lower? And again, I appreciate you guys stopping by. If it was your first time and you haven't already and you want to, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.